Did John the Baptist know Jesus? Now you might be tempted to say that's a bit of a stupid question. We've just heard John say in this gospel, I myself did not know him. And he says it twice. So that would seem to be pretty clear evidence that John the Baptist didn't know Jesus. And yet, there's that story about Mary and Elizabeth, how after Mary has been invited to be the mother of God by the angel Gabriel, we're told that she packs up immediately and makes the journey down into Judea to be with Elizabeth for the last 3 months of her pregnancy, as she is about to give birth to John the Baptist. Now, to make such a long journey, it would indicate to us that Elizabeth and Mary were close. That it's not that they're distant relatives, they must have been close to each other. Mary spends a long time with Elizabeth. And so therefore the idea that John the Baptist doesn't know Jesus seemed a bit strange. That's what you might say, well, that's not in this gospel, this is John's gospel, and the story of Mary and Elizabeth is in St. Luke's. And is it that St. John doesn't know this story that Luke tells? Possible, I suppose. And yet, I can't help wonder about these two quite strong expressions that I don't know him, I didn't know him, but it was shown to me. As if, well, perhaps on the one sense, he did know who Jesus was. Perhaps he'd met him, perhaps he knew of him as a relative. But he didn't know him. Didn't know him properly. Didn't know who he truly is. And it highlights this difference between knowing somebody and knowing them. You might know somebody's name, you might know what they look like, you might know that they live a couple of doors down or whatever it might be, but to really know them, well, that takes time, takes experience, it takes a kind of an insight into what they're really like. That's what we mean when you say you know somebody. And it's as if John has come to realization that he did not know him, but now he does. How complete is his knowledge? Well, there are lots of interesting clues. He says he's the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world. This is a curious title, really, when you think about it. A lamb, something meek and mild, something that is to be sacrificed. You see, there's other language of how Jesus is such an important, huge figure in the life of the people. He is the one on whom the Spirit descends, the one who will baptize, the one who is the Son of God. And yet he's a lamb. The world in which we live in, well, lambs don't normally take front position. To be in charge of Russia, you can't be a lamb. There ain't no lambs in the higher echelons in Moscow. We see all too clearly that those who run the United States, they're not lambs, or China, or any other big country. Lamb, such a mild figure. And yet, This is the Lamb who will take away the sins of the world. This is the Lamb who is the Son of God. It's as if John has an insight into who Jesus is in depth. On the one hand, the Son of God, and on the other, just a lamb who saves people. I suppose it's all to make me think about my knowledge of who Jesus is. Because, of course, I can know about him in the sense I hear stories about him. I can know about him in that I can hear people speaking about him. There are plenty of people in the world who've heard of Jesus Christ. But do they know him? How well do they know him? And perhaps a challenge to us in a gospel like this is to make me think, how well do I know him? And that requires insight. That needs time. That needs a being involved with him in a deep way. We're invited to get to know him. And all through the weeks of listening to the gospel, year after year, it's about getting to know him. All those times of receiving him in Holy Communion, it's about getting to know him. All those times of praying, it's about getting to know him. How well do I know the Lamb of God, the Son of God? It also, of course, raises another question, which is about my knowledge of those around me and their knowledge of me. Because again, it can just be superficial. It can just be the briefest of understandings. I suppose the call to love our neighbor as ourselves is to get to know them, to know who they are, and for me to, in love, reveal myself to those around me. How well do I know him? How well do I know myself?